Podsmacked. Now, here's Rob Carson.
Hey, guys, welcome to the show. I hope you're having a good week. I'm having a good week. Last night's numbers on the show were terrific. And, we've kind of taken a beating the last month or so, Liberty One TV and this Facebook page, because Jeff Zucker and others, no, not Jeff Zucker, who's a guy in charge of Facebook. He's like 12. They're beating up on publishers like us. They are. And they're really going after conservatives. But last night, my numbers were gigantic, and you guys did it, man. You guys did it. And we are, this show is growing. And it's terrific, and I thank you so much. And I promise you, not only are we going to deliver on content, but as we continue to grow, I'm going to offer incentives to you to watch, including prizes you could possibly win. We've already given away a pit barrel cooker to someone last Friday, $300 pit barrel cooker. Right now, if you order any of the pit barrel cookers or online products, just liberty1tv.com/cooker. I know a lot of you have been looking, but nobody's been buying yet. Think about buying a pit barrel cooker. You can get the big one. You can get the medium. They've got several different designs. You can have a police logo or a military logo put on it, and they will last you the rest of your dang life. I tell you, liberty1.com/cooker, made by a veteran and his wife. Guy suffered PTSD, Noah Glanville. K. Mackey's making the best damn. It's a cooker. You can slow roast meats. You can smoke meats. You can grill. Pit barrel cooker. Unbelievable. So anyway, thank you for joining me tonight. We've got a lot of stuff to get to as the show. Tracy is always with me. And Alan is new, I think. How you doing, dude? Carolyn? What's going on? Share it. Let's get these views up. Let's get 10,000 views tonight. It'd be kind of cool. So, Donald Trump, I'm a little disappointed. I'm going to tell you right now, guys. I'm a little disappointed. The President of the United States, nearly 1,000 days out from the election, is already running for re-election. That's not what I'm mad about. No. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad he's running again. I love it. Because so many people were saying, he's not interested in the presidency. It's cut and pay and all of this stuff. No. I think it's great he's running again. I'm just disappointed in his choice for campaign manager, Brad Parscale. Apparently, he's a digital guru who worked with the campaign. I'm a little disappointed. You probably are asking, why would I be disappointed in a guy named Brad Parscale, who served as Trump's campaign's digital guru? Well, here's the problem. His campaign manager needs to be Vince McMahon of the WWE. Are you out of your mind? His presidency and his last candidacy were the WWE. Why would you not have Vince McMahon as your campaign manager? Your presidency is the WWE. Your campaign was the WWE. I just thought that Vince McMahon would be perfect. He would be because you know what? Because Vince McMahon and like WWE superstars, they can get away with anything, even if it's scripted. But they can get away with anything. And so I thought Vince McMahon would be perfect. Considering how bombastic the Trump administration is. And I got to tell you, the more that I watch this, there's a porn star. I don't know what her name is. Whatever, Stormy McDaniel or what? I don't know. Swallow McSwallow. I don't know what the hell her name. Anyway, she's that thing whole petered out, right? Petered out. That's not the best thing. Anyway, but there's this Stormy Daniels. Sorry, baby. And she claims that Donald Trump had an affair with her and all that. And there is no other president who could weather the storm of allegedly having sex with a porn star, and somebody apparently a lawyer associated with Trump paid her off $135,000 to keep quiet, keep her mouth shut. In other words, for the first time in her career. Anyway, I just think it's funny. I think that Vince McMahon would be the perfect campaign manager. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Anyway, just funny. I'm looking at your, okay. We're going to get into the school shooting, Gwen. All right? We're going to get into this kid, this David Hogg. We are going to get into that in a few minutes, okay? So stick around. Stick around. Couple of positive things. U.S. consumer confidence, a 17-year high. A 17-year high is optimism about employment and prospects. And Americans begin seeing additional money in their paychecks from the tax cuts. Yeah. Consumer confidence, 17-year high. It's amazing. This president, by the way, I thought he was incompetent. I thought he had early onset dementia and Alzheimer's, right? Wasn't that the case? A month ago on CNN, they did an entire day. I remember it was on a Monday. And the entire day was devoted to Donald Trump suffering from early onset Alzheimer's and dementia. If that was really true, where is that story on CNN today? And how is he fumbling and bumbling towards success when you had a genius in Barack Obama in the White House for 8 years? He was a genius, right? Right? I mean, he should have turned the economy around gigantically, but he didn't. By the way, 64% of Trump's agenda has already been done, faster than Ronald Reagan. With unprecedented speed, the Trump administration has already implemented nearly 2/3 of the 334 agenda items called for by the Heritage Foundation. Faster pace than Ronald Reagan. At this stage in the presidency, Reagan had completed 49% of the Heritage policy recommendations. Thomas Binion, director of Congressional and Executive Branch Relations at Heritage, said, "We're blown away." Trump is very active, very conservative, very effective. Shut up. No way. No way. He's insane. He's got his finger on the nuke button. He's going to kill everybody. Have you heard of any missile launches, any missile tests from North Korea lately? Have you? Have any Syrians been bombed with chemical weapons lately? I won't get into a list of the things he's done, but deregulation is a big deal. Leaving the Paris Climate Accord is a big deal. Repealing net neutrality. Mexico City abortion policy. We're not paying for it anymore. Military spending. Huge. Awesome. Home prices surged 6.3% in December. That's because there aren't enough houses. There aren't. People are recovering from the last bubble. I am too. And they're finally able to buy again. And because the demand is so high, the supply is low. And interest rates are coming up a little bit. I won't belabor this. Seattle, Las Vegas, San Francisco apparently doing very well. San Francisco. I would never live in San Francisco. Dear God in heaven. Chicago, Cleveland, Washington, D.C. saw the smallest gains. You know why? Because those towns suck. As much as I hate to say it about Chicago, it sucks. The governance is terrible. Washington, D.C., the reason why they've seen the smallest gains is because people are moving to Virginia, Northern Virginia, near Washington, D.C. All right. I saw you guys mention David Hogg, and he's a kid. He's a useful, I've said this on the show. He's not a useful idiot. He's a useful ignorant. Okay? David Hogg is a kid, supposedly, who went to Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. He's all over the national media, which makes me feel like he is being groomed by CNN and the other MSNBC, being groomed as a spokesperson because he's an articulate supposedly 17-year-old kid. And if he is, great. It's easy to figure out. Is he enrolled in school there? Okay. And I believe it would be very easy to uncover that, and it sounds like he is. However, there are a lot of people who are willing to see this articulate 17-year-old and go, Oh, we can use him for propaganda purposes, baby. Woo! We can use, this is good. 17-year-old kid. 17-year-old kid. I don't want to discount kids, okay? But at the same time, kids, while some may be very smart, they may be fairly articulate, unless they are some kind of a savant, they really don't have a grasp of policy, probably don't have a grasp on the Bill of Rights, and considering he's left of center, certainly probably doesn't have a grasp on what the Bill of Rights is all about, okay? But there are some people who are using this kid, and this is the ultimate millennial thing, guys. And, look at the shares. Look at the views. Yay! Keep it going, baby. Keep it going. Thank you so much. I'm looking at your comments, by the way. I have to digest them. Keep them coming. Keep talking. Now, here's what this kid is saying, and this is so very, very millennial of him. Parkland school shooting survivor David Hogg says he will not return to Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School until more gun control is passed. Now, this is how it is so terribly, and if you don't understand it, you probably do. Here's a 17-year-old kid that nobody knew about last week, but suddenly his refusing to go to school is going to impact change on gun control. I am not going to school until gun control legislation is passed. Like anybody gives a crap what this kid thinks. Do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the kid who mom takes him through the non-candy checkout aisle. It is. It's perfect. Well, I'm not going to get out of this cart until you take me through the candy aisle. Like you hold any sway whatsoever. This narcissistic little punk who says he's, by committing truancy, he's going to affect change. Like a 17-year-old boy not going to school is going to make people go, oh, God, we've got to change our laws. We've got to change our laws. This kid should have been spanked as a child. I'm not a big spanker unless it's reserved between, you and another adult. And, of course, you're cool with it. but this kid, unbelievable. New York Daily News reports that David Hogg says, I'm not going back to school on Wednesday until one bill is passed. He did not specify which law he wants most, only that he is not going back until at least one law garners the support of lawmakers. He said, literally, any legislation at this point would be a success. You dumb kid. You're a dumb kid. Get your ass to your class. Get your ass to your class. Considering the fact that so few legislators in Florida met with us, and they went to want the people to forget. That's disgusting. The fact that they want people to forget about this and elect them again as the child murderers they are. Oh, you little D word for Richard. That's unacceptable, and we're not going to let that happen. There was only one child murderer involved. Nicholas Cruz. Guy named Nicholas Cruz. He was a child murderer. And you know what? You're a little dickweed. You are a little dickweed for saying this. Get your ass to your class. And somebody, even at 17, spank this kid. To date, state-level gun control proposals include tougher background checks. I'm cool with that. Bump stock ban, fine, but it had nothing to do with the Florida shootings. Waiting period for long gun purchases, whatever. Raising minimum wage for rifle purchases, stupid because 18 to 21-year-olds can serve in Iraq and die for their country. Gun confiscation order similar to California's gun violence restraining orders. And all of these gun controls proposed last week by Florida Governor Rick Scott. Not a single of them would have prevented the shooting at the high school. Yeah, it's bullcrap. It's all feel-good crap, and they're trotting out 17-year-olds who have no ability to reason, no working knowledge of life and the Constitution. But this is what liberalism is about. It's about emotion over logic. It is about yelling really loudly. It's bullcrap. Tracy says his new name should be Hogwash. Frank says his father is ex-FBI. I didn't know that. Linda says, who cares? It's just worth talking about, girl. It's just worth talking about. Now, this is kind of interesting because there's so many people who are terrified of teachers carrying guns in school. Oh, it's terrible. Why would you force teachers to carry guns in school? Nobody's talking about that. But I will tell you, there are a lot of people in this country, with the exception of some bastions of lunatic leftism. And if you look at the staffs of schools, there are some who would say, you know what, I'm willing to learn how to handle a gun, and I'm willing to defend and save kids while the authorities are waiting to arrive. You're not going to believe this, because if you blame the guns, then schools where teachers are armed should have already had hundreds of mass murders, but they haven't. Because if it's just the gun, it's the gun. Got to get rid of the gun. That gun, the AR-15, got to get rid of it. If it's just the gun, then anyone with an AR-15 has the potential to become a mass murderer. Okay, idiots? I'm just going to say it. Gun control morons. Anybody who has an AR-15 has the potential to kill. And they don't! That said, Donald Trump had a bunch of governors in the White House for an open conversation on gun policy. What many people don't realize, that despite, this is not a new concept, let teachers conceal carry. Oh, no. It's already kind of a big deal in some states. And it's working famously. What do you think is going to stop a gunman more readily? A sign on the front door that says, if you enter this facility, we have armed personnel who will take you down. Or gun-free zone. We don't allow guns. You can't bring a gun in. We don't have any guns here. So seriously, if you're planning on bringing a gun, they're just not allowed. Yeah. What's going to work better, kids? What's going to work better? Here is Governor Rick Scott from Texas talking about, I should say, no, it's hold on. Greg Abbott, not Rick Scott. Sorry. Greg Abbott talking about the number of schools in Texas that have guns, and it's working great.
Texas authorized schools to adopt policies to implement a school marshal program where individuals would be trained to have a weapon, right, and to be able to use that weapon. And we now have well over 100 school districts in the state of Texas where...
Whoa. There's 100 school districts that allow teachers to have guns, and there's not mass murderers, gigantic shooting sprees in all of those, because it's the gun, right?
Teachers or other people who work in the school do carry a weapon and are trained to be able to respond to an attack that occurs. Now, it's not always...
How is it possible that there's not mass murder in all these schools? That's crazy.
Always a school teacher. It could be a coach. It could be an administrator. It could be anybody who works in that school. But it's a well-thought-out program with a lot of training in advance. And candidly, some school districts, they promote it because...
Oh! Imagine that. Promoting that. What happens when you promote stuff like that? The word gets out to would-be assassins and murderers and shooting spree people who would do that. The word gets out. Oh, yeah, probably not a good idea.
They will have signs out front.
Listen to this.
A warning sign that be aware there are armed personnel on campus, warning anybody coming on there that if they attempt to cause any harm, they're going to be in trouble.
Imagine that. But the left, their strategy for school shootings, and this is a new reality, folks. It's a new reality. We have madmen going into schools. By the way, I just read a headline today. Schools are safer than in the 1990s. But these mass shootings, and I'm not meaning to discount them, don't get me wrong, they've got to stop. These have got to stop, and they can stop. What Texas is doing right now, that'll stop it. And you can ban guns and all that, but there are already guns out there. They're out there. Bad guys will get a hold of the guns somehow. They will. But let's not forget the colossal failure of administrators, local law enforcement, and the FBI with regard to this school shooting. And to make it about gun control and make it about the NRA is pure politics. Ridiculous. Here is Governor of Arkansas, Asa Hutchinson, pardon me, who says that they're doing the same thing that Texas is doing, and guess what? I'm not seeing any school shootings lately.
I have the belief that no teacher should be compelled, and most of them want to teach and focus on that. But others are concerned about their students and have training and specific capacity, as you've described. And so we have licensed certain school districts and those who want to be trained more significantly so that they can handle an active shooter situation. And so we have over 13 schools in Arkansas that can't afford a school resource officer. They prefer to have those either in the classroom or assistant coach or someone that would have a response capability. And that's the key thing. So that flexibility, I think what the governors want to say is that there can't be necessarily a national security plan, but the states can develop this. And we did make some recommendations back in 2012, though, in reference to federal grants. Some of the biggest expense is training. Some of the biggest expense will be hardening.
You think about how much money this effing government wastes on crap, right? Remember when 9/11 happened? We overreacted to it. You notice that every plane that you get on has a hardened metal locked door to the cockpit. Okay? I wonder how many planes there are versus schools in the country. We put air marshals on planes after 9/11. And maybe this sucks, guys. It sucks. It's the new reality. It's the new reality. And it's not because of guns. There's a lot of things, and I mentioned this before. It's about over-medicating kids, making masculinity toxic. It's about boys not being raised with fathers. This kid was phenomenally effed up. His father died when he was 9. His mother died in November. They had 45 police calls to his home, 25 incident reports at his school, 3 FBI reports, including one saying just 6 weeks ago he's going to commit, and he's going to go in and kill people at a school. He's got the weapons. And yet all of these leftists who bathe in the glory of government, they blame the NRA. They blame the NRA. They blame you and me. The NRA doesn't advocate going in and killing people. The NRA advocates the Second Amendment. The NRA advocates not using guns in an offensive manner. It's not it. No, not at all. In an offensive matter? No. It's all about defense. It's all about, if you come into my home, I'm going to kill you. If I have a concealed carry weapon and I am on the location of a crime, I will stop that crime from happening. If there is a school shooting going on, an active school shooting situation, and I am a gun owner and I have the ability to intervene, you do it. It is not about offensive use of guns. It is about defensive use of guns, whether that be against a criminal or the government. That's what it's all about. And people who don't understand the First Amendment, or the Second Amendment, I should say, STFU. Laura Ingraham had a report last night. I don't know what to think of this. She said that Broward County deputies were told not to go into the high school. Now, we know this. We know that Broward County Sheriff's deputies, there were 3 of them, and a resource officer who was a deputy, who didn't go in while the shooting was going on for 4 minutes. All right, we're still ironing that out. It sounds like a really bad choice, particularly by the armed officer at the school. Why is he there? Why is an armed officer at the school? Is it to prevent kids from stealing other kids' lunch money at lunch? Yeah. Is it to prevent somebody shoving somebody and knocking their books out of their hands in the hallway? No. It's to, if somebody comes into the school and is threatening to kill other people, you stop it. This guy didn't do it. This guy didn't do it. Scott Peterson did not do it. 3 other deputies did not do it. Laura Ingraham said last night, for her insiders say, the reason why the deputies didn't go in is because they didn't have body cams on. Really?
Share another exclusive report with you tonight. Now, our sources near the Broward County Sheriff's Department are telling us that the deputies who arrived at the scene of the shooting were told not to enter the school unless their body cameras were turned on.
What the hell difference does that make? Why would you not, if you're going to have body cams, why are they not mandated on every call, first of all? And what the hell difference does it make to have body cams on when you are dealing with an active shooter situation? Somebody, and by the way, I don't understand this. How in the hell, because you've got Scott Peterson cowering under some stairs. He says, I didn't go in because I thought the shooter might be outside. Okay? I want to know the volume of calls and texts that were coming in from kids right there who saw it all. The Scott Peterson guy says, I called in to say there was an active situation and the description of the shooter. That's what he said he did. Thought he did a good job. You know what? Every effing kid in that school, every effing kid in that freshman building did the same damned thing. And to say, he might have been outside. Bullshit. Absolute bull crap. And the thing that really sickens me about this is that there were kids inside being told, hunker down, lock the doors, get in a closet, whatever. Wait for an adult with a firearm to come in and save you, because that's what they expected, and it never happened. Sorry, it just pisses me off. So, body cams, you can't go in because you don't have a body? Who the effing hell cares about a body cam when you've got an active shooter situation? Laura, that you fell for this. I mean, did you really?
And then we found out that the deputies did not have body cameras. So they did not enter the building or engage.
Why would a body cam make any difference? In this situation, why would a body cam make any bloody difference? This is stupid.
The shooter. So curiously, police also lost radio communications during the Parkland shooting.
So, okay, now listen to this. They lost radio communications. How is that possible? They lost radio communications. Oh, but this isn't the first time with the Broward County Sheriff's Department losing radio communications, which, by the way, when you look at all the ways we can communicate with each other, whether that be FaceTime, whether that be whatever, your police radio, we've still got our police radio, ladies and gentlemen. Really?
And our source claims that radio communication also went dead during the Fort Lauderdale airport shooting in 2017 that he also got a lot of criticism for.
The radio communication just went dead. And, welcome to your government, folks. Well, welcome to your damn government. Gosh dang it. Honestly, uneffing believable. Tips to the FBI. Tips to the faculty. This kid had 4 Instagram accounts that the FBI was alerted to last month by someone who said he's going to kill a bunch of people in school. I swear to God, my head is going to explode. This is such shit. Such. I mean, I've seen government fail before, but dear God in heaven, this is the template for government failure. Now, in states like Texas and Arkansas, hundreds of schools have already said, if you qualify for concealed carry and are willing to go through the training, we're going to deputize you. Worked out pretty well so far. And I'll bet you, and anytime you want to bring it, anytime, if you've got a school that says, we've got armed security here, we've got somebody here with a gun, do not enter this gun because you are at peril of losing your life. 100% of the time, nobody's going to try it. Nobody's going to try it. No punk like this kid, they're not going to try it. Give me an effing break, guys. Unreal. Look at all the people reached and all the views. Yay, you guys are awesome. And the shares are growing too. You guys are the absolute best. The absolute best. Just real quick, if you don't mind me mentioning, we've got a terrific sponsor, Pit Barrel Cookers. I just met the owner of the company a few weeks ago. He is a veteran, Noah Glanville, and he creates these cookers that are so damn good. And I'm a barbecue aficionado, guys. I've been doing this for 25 years. I smoke meats and cook meats and roast meats and grill meats and all that. And you can do it all with this glorious, glorious device that will last you the rest of your life. If you're afraid of it, all you got to do is dump some charcoal on the bottom of that thing, put the meat, hang the meat up, walk away. That's all you got to do. It's so easy. No electricity, just heat, charcoal, and wood. Father's Day's coming up. Okay? Spring is coming up. If you've waited for your dream cooker, it's right here. The most expensive one they have is $300. Right there on the left, the classic. So it's $300. Is that compared to what you can get at one of the that's chained up outside of one of the big old box stores? Order this free shipping. Order this free shipping. LibertyOneTV.com/cooker. LibertyOneTV.com/cooker. It kicks ass. Oh, I've got one. I'm using it this weekend. I'm going to do either brisket or pork butt. We should do a prize where we give away as Liberty One TV, where you can fly and meet several of the guys on the staff here, and we cook for you, and we grill for you. That's what I'd like to do. Put you up at somewhere, and we'll, let me cook for you. And we'll work on that. I'll work with Terry, the founder of this network. Look at the views and the shares. You guys kick ass. Florida emergency medical teams frustrated over the delay in Parkland school shooting response. 3 high-ranking school officials close to the law enforcement response at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas tell Fox News there was a delay in emergency medical services getting to the school. So not only did we have deputies standing outside waiting, we also found out that EMS was not able to go in. What's going to come out of this is the communication on several circumstances. There was a request to enter. The request was denied by Broward County. When you have a police agency say, we don't want you going in, that's a problem, said another Florida official. The training since Columbine has been first responders and police go in immediately with paramedics. So not only could they have prevented the shooting, they might have been able to save some lives as children bled to death on the floor. Swear to God in heaven. I swear to God in heaven. Multiple high-ranking sources told Fox News police officers and deputies were bringing victims out as EMS workers to be treated, workers to be treated instead of allowing EMS inside. One fire official said that sometimes that's just how it would happen. You've got hundreds of kids texting. You've got hundreds of kids of Instagram. You've got hundreds of kids on Snapchat showing that there's one kid, and a lot of these kids knew exactly who it was. They knew it was going to be this kid because everybody knew he could snap. And yet we didn't know how many shooters were there. We didn't know where they were. They might have been outside. They might have been inside. You don't think the Broward County Sheriff was getting calls saying, we know who this is. It's one guy. We saw him. He's got a gas mask on. He's got an assault rifle. He arrived on Uber. God dang it. Swear to God. Three Florida officials confirmed that the emergency response at Stoneman Douglas went against EMS training, in which EMS teams typically go into emergency situations right behind police as soon as possible. We're trained to go in behind the advanced team to engage the shooter. We're trained to get in behind them with a security contingent of law enforcement. It's my understanding that didn't happen right away, according to a high-ranking fire official. How many ways can you drop the ball? How many damn ways can you drop the damn frickin' ball? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm looking at your comments here. Vicky says that this kid, David Hogg, is an FBI agent. I mentioned that earlier. I don't know that. 116 shares, not bad. Thank you. A lot of views. Thank you. Catherine says Hogg graduated high school in 2014. Rita says that he is a plant for CNN. I don't doubt it. It seems too perfect. But you know what? It's easy to figure out. It's easy to figure out. Joy Behar. This is the reason why there will not be a Democrat sweep in 2018. There will be no sweep in the fall because Democrats are vitriolic, awful, awful people. And when they say things like, you and I are racist, sexist, homophobic, and whatever, when they say that about the Republican Party, and, I'm not, I'm a libertarian-leaning conservative. I happen to vote Republican most of the time because Democrats have gone batshit crazy. But Joy Behar today on The View, which is a POS, they should just call it the Harpies from Hell. Because that's what it's a bunch of liberal harpies. You've got Meghan McCain in there in the middle of it. And it's just it's a wretched, awful, uninformed, unintelligent, stupid show. So here is Joy Behar comparing Republicans essentially to Nazis, saying that we have a penchant for Nazism, I guess.
This woman from France named Marine Le Pen, whose father was a Holocaust denier and a total fascist and a Nazi. And Marine Le Pen, the daughter, thinks her father was very good and right and everything else. And they invited her. There's this penchant for Nazis now, with Charlottesville and the Neos, and they're good guys on both sides. And now Marine Le Pen. It's like a lot.
Well, those two incidences both were extremely misinterpreted by the media, twisted, and thrown back in the face of the Republican Party and Donald Trump. Those two incidences make us Nazis.
Those people in the Republican Party that I remember, Bill Buckley, who fought in World War II, Bill Kristol, those people who are so anti-Nazi are appalled by what's going on right now within this party.
But there are also people like Pat Buchanan.
Okay. The Nazis were socialists. There was the German Socialist Workers' Party. That's what the Nazis were. They were. Nazism is not being conservative. Nazism is about socialism. It's about universal health care. It's about confiscating firearms. Okay? So let's just move past that. This name-calling bullcrap and using false narratives. It's kind of like, in 2008, the media decided to make Republican states red and Democrat states blue. Did you realize that when Ronald Reagan ran for office, when Ronald Reagan ran for president the first time and won, I saw a piece, I wish I had it, Tom Brokaw talking about the states that Ronald Reagan won, and he said they were blue states. 2008, they decided that the Democrat Party was so close to communism and socialism that they had to distract and call the Democrat states blue states and the Republican states red states. And that's why I don't use that idiotic expression on my show. I just don't. You guys are so damn cool. Kathy, Joy Behar, shut up and go back to your safe space. Or your stable, whatever. Or your pen. Catherine, the Democrat Party does not exist anymore. It's now the socialist, global, communist party. I agree. Yeah, by and large, I absolutely agree. You guys have been really good. I've got to run because I've got another show that I do on twitch.com. Twitch.com, twitch.com. It's right after this. Just look up twitch.com, Rob Carson Show. Okay? If you would do me a favor, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, will you follow me on Twitch? Because I'm trying to monetize this as a publisher. And I'm trying to show the glorious person who created this network, Liberty One TV, and all the affiliated Facebook page, Terry, that Twitch can work, and that can be another publishing site that is not shut down by social media giants like Facebook. So Twitch, TWITCH, Rob Carson Show. Top of the hour, I'm going to be over there. Little less political, but still highly entertaining. Highly entertaining. I just can't thank you enough. All of the shares, all of the views tonight. And even though they're trying to shut us down, the views on this show are growing. And you're sharing. That means so much. Real quick, one more time. If you're thinking about a cooker, just go to libertyoneTV.com/cooker, get a pit barrel cooker. You can smoke meats, you can roast meats, you can grill. 3 different kinds of cookers and all the accessories. If you order from there, it all is credited to Liberty One TV, and it shows these people who are trying to shut us down that you are powerful, that you respond when we talk about a product that kicks ass. Also, don't forget my t-shirt and swag line right there. tpublic.com, Conservatives. These are just a few. Uranium One, making Russia great again. Sometimes war is the answer. You can't coexist with someone to kill you. All of those things. All of those. tpublic.com/conservatives. I have 75 designs up there. All created by me and a good friend of mine named Sam Cangelosi. Gary says, already follow you on Twitch. Thank you, my brother. Please, guys, Tracy, all of you guys who commented tonight, will you follow me on Twitch too? It would mean the world. A great amount of likes tonight. You just unreal. A lot of shares and a tremendous amount of views. God bless you, man. And women, by the way. God bless you for all of this. I'm back same time every night here, 5 o'clock Central Standard. Hands clasped, as always, for the victims of the school shooting in Florida, the survivors and their families. Hands clasped for them. All right, guys. Have a glorious evening. I will see you on Switch in about 15 minutes, okay? Have a wonderful evening. Hold on. There it is. I'm trying to find my outro. I will see you tomorrow night, guys. God bless. Take care of yourself. See you.
Thanks for listening to The Rob Carson Show. Friend him on Facebook at Carson Show, on Twitter at Rob Carson, and on Instagram, I think Facebook and Twitter are enough for now. We'll see you soon.